Go ahead, Dan. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. And we're off. So the first thing you're going to notice here is Richter does not walk. Just like in Rondo of Blood, he's a slow walker, man. So he likes to jump, he likes to backflip. So you do you, boo-boo. Walking is slow in this game, so any chance we get, we're going to be jumping. You just saw Dan take a bat boost there, a damage boost from that bat. It's actually pixel perfect, and it's pretty tough. And a pretty big reset point right off the bat. But Dan nailed it like a pro. And right here, you're going to see him facing backwards because there's Medusa heads that spawn on this screen. And by facing backwards, they will actually spawn from the direction you're facing. So you get them to spawn behind you the entire way. Dan's going to take a few damage boost here. Much like also Rondo, you want your health to be as low as possible when you end the stage, because that makes your countdown shorter and less time. We're all about saving them frames, dude. Save the frames. Alright, that was a clean stage. We're coming up on the boss now. Our first boss is Cerberus, who is a dog that sounds like a cat. I don't think he knows what he is. He's a little confused. We just let him do his own thing. Dan's going to lay the smackdown on him. This is a pretty simple fight. 1 item crash with the cross, and 2 item crash with the cross, and that's a wrap. Wrap it up, dude. It's a cat dog. It is completely a cat dog. Okay, on to stage 2. Stage 2 is pretty straightforward. Mostly just going to be jumping and whipping to clear out enemies in front of him. A little bit later in this stage, though, Dan's going to set up his first important damage boost that you'll see a couple times in this run. But it's a pretty cool strat, and it requires some careful positioning and manipulation of the Spear Knights. Excuse me. So much like its predecessor, Rondo, this game has great music too. It's a little different, but it's still the same great soundtrack with a little bit of a Super Nintendo sound to it. Dan going to take a little bit of damage here to get his health lower for the end of the stage. And coming up here, he's going to set up the Spear Knight boost. So right up away, he's going to come up and kill this dog. He's going to whip the knight. Well, oh, okay, there we go. Nice boost, Dan, nice. Basically what you're doing is you're manipulating that Spear Knight to do his swing on you. I don't know what else to call it. It's a swing. And you jump at the right time, so he hits you at the top of your jump and knocks you back up onto the platform above. This is our second boss fight. This is Batman. Unique about this boss is he can't die when he's in his separate bats form like that. Perfect fight from Dan. So if you kill him whenever he isn't formed together, he will not die until he forms back together. And Dan with the optimal swag orb grab as well. Alright, stage 3. Stage 3 is pretty short. There's no boss for this stage because we're actually going to take the catacomb shortcut at the end of the stage that is where this run gets its name. This is the fastest way to complete the game, and it's by getting the bad ending by taking this catacomb shortcut. Again, Dan facing backwards here to get the Medusas to spawn from behind him. These Spear Knights here are also RNG, and it's actually possible to stack them up in a way that you can take a hit and boost past the bottom one, but it's all RNG. It's roll the dice and see if they'll cooperate with you. This screen is interesting. You're going to see Dan again here facing the wrong way, and that's to get the bats to spawn from the left side of the screen instead of the right. And it's actually possible to take a damage boost right here from those bats to get up on the stairs and skip going to the right here. It's about 5 seconds, but super risky, super easy to die, pixel perfect, frame perfect, and not required for world record. Not yet, at least. And Dan's going to scoop this heart, and he's going to fall down here, and that's the end of the stage. On to the catacombs. The spooky, swampy catacombs with mudmen and all the filthy things that you don't want to touch you. Here we're going to pick up the axe, and we're going to carry the axe for the remainder of this run. The axe is super powerful in this game. Especially with the multiplier. That's something I forgot to mention, actually. Your multiplier in this game is based on your heart count. It's not like CV1 or CV3 or CV4 where you actually pick up shot multipliers. It's strictly based off your heart count in this game. So I believe it's 20 or more hearts gives you the double shot, and 30 or more gives you the triple shot. Or it may be 40 or more for triple shot. But basically, Dan's going to be gathering hearts as much as possible throughout the entire run so that we walk into Dracula's room with a triple shot. Oh, okay, we're good. We definitely don't want no dagger strats. But yeah, as I was saying, the axe and the triple shot melts bosses, especially Count Dracula. Alright, nice damage boost from Dan. And that's the stage. We're going to go fight Shaft Zero. He's kind of like Shaft, but 0 calories, 0 flavor. This is a pretty simple fight if you get the pattern set up right, and it looks like Dan's got it perfectly fine. I expect nothing less. And now we're on to Phase 2, which is strangely easier than Phase 1. Just burn them down. Bam. This next stage is scary. This is the run killer, and we're going to start off with a damage boost using the item crash to skip this whole screen. Oh, that's unfortunate. So basically what's supposed to happen there is you do the item crash to bait that Axe Knight into charging towards you, which he did, and then you do a backflip, and you get hit by the bottom part of his axe that knocks you up to the top platform. Basically, Dan just barely hit that axe from the wrong angle. This screen is a complete nightmare. It's full of fleamen and horrible. Dan decides to play it safe and probably smart here and use the item crash to clear everything out. And looks like he got through there only taking a single hit, so it's pretty good. Oh, that's... Shouldn't have opened my mouth. Right here, we're just going to do a little climb. Watch out for these birds, because birds are jerks. Okay, and now we're going to set up another Spear Knight boost here. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to get down those stairs without getting hit multiple times, and Dan got down the stairs pretty clean there. And gets a clean boost up onto the top floor. Well done, dude. Well done. A little bit sketch area here. There's birds and axemen everywhere. It's dangerous. Dan gets through there perfectly fine. And he goes for the damage boost. He's feeling himself. Okay, now we're coming up on the hardest fight in this run. This is the werewolf. This boss has a bunch of moves. complete RNG. And as you can tell, Dan could probably... I don't even think Dan can take a hit here. If he gets hit, he's dead. This is a dangerous fight. And this is usually... This stage or this boss is usually where runs end. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that was so sketch. He did it, though. Nice job, Dan. Nice. That item crash saved his butt, man. So you have iframes when you item crash in this game. And thank goodness. That scared me. All right, boys. On to stage 6. This stage is not too bad, especially not compared to the last one. The rest of this run is kind of a cakewalk. Stage 5 is really the make or break. Right here, we're gonna do our obligatory clock tower time. Obligatory clock tower climb. Words are hard, dude. So we're gonna scale this little cliff here, and we're gonna enter the clock tower. Ooh, damn, missing the backflip there. Okay, we're killing. We're in. A little bit dangerous screen here. Again, these spearmen are RNG, so it's just kind of hoping they cooperate with you. That one does not cooperate. All right, nice. Dan able to save 10 hearts there and not use the item crash to get up there. This is also a pretty sketchy screen, but Dan's pro at it, man. He gets through there clean. I've jumped in the pit many times there. Alright, this is the final leg of this climb. Dan gonna go for a little skip here to do a backflip and avoid taking the left path there. And he gets up there clean. I imagine he's gonna grab a couple extra hearts here. Nope, he's not. He's feeling. He's good. Okay, this boss, pretty simple fight. This boss is mostly about axe placement because if you pay attention to what Dan's doing here, there's certain ways you could throw the axe to get double hits, and Dan doing a good job of that right now. And you can really just make quick work of that boss just like that by throwing the axes in the correct way. And that is stage 6, ladies and gentlemen. We are on to the final stage of this game. Dracula's Castle. A perilous death trap of stairs and elevators and moving platforms, Medusa heads, bone pillars, zombies, and all the other scary things you'd think you would find in Dracula's Castle. But most of it is actually not scary at all, and you just kind of walk past it. Okay, Dan gonna do a little bit of specific movement here and crouching to manipulate these elevators so that he can get up them in one go without having to take any pauses and wait for them. And that's it. Dan is through the stage. He's going to collect some hearts here in the final room, and we are on to the Dracula fight. This fight is scary because you are surrounded by pits everywhere, and Dracula is complete RNG, and every time he gives you a bad teleport, you lose 5 to 7 seconds. Just there you go. There's 5 to 7 seconds gone from Dan's time. And that's kind of the worst part about this run. Basically, to get world record, it's required to have a perfect Dracula fight at this point. So as you can see, there are, I would say, 6 places that Dracula can spawn where you can hit him. I think that's the correct number. See, and there's one of the ones where he spawns where you can't get him. And this is the worst part of the run, dudes. It's just praying for Drac RNG. It's possible to get 3 axe hits on every spawn, by the way. And this is just, no, there's nothing you could do about it. It's just bad RNG. Okay, here we go. And now we're on to phase 2. And phase 2 is relatively simple, especially if you have the triple shot. With the triple shot, you just melt him down with axes. Nice. And that's the game, guys. Time will be when Dan grabs the orb. Oh no, Dan, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. At time. GG, Dan.
That was an awesome run. Thanks for that, Dan. And thanks for the commentary, B-Ray.
Oh, anytime, guys. Anytime. Pleasure is mine.
So what was it that you thought he was going to do at the end there? You're like, don't...
Okay. So, Burb, who's actually here in chat, found a strat where you can actually do a perfectly timed backflip from that pillar and grab the orb a few frames faster than you could using the item crash. However, if you miss, you fall in the pit and you die and your run's over.
Wow.
So it's kind of a meme. Kind of go for it when your run's dead already, just for fun, but...
Yeah. Definitely not marathon safe.
Not marathon safe.
Sounds flashy,